This is a good category, audience. This gives you the impression that you have power. It's like our voting system in America. It feels like I'm gonna fucking make a difference, and then you're like, oops. So here's the deal. You land on this, you have two choices. You don't have all the choices you think you have. Again, like our system. You only have really two options. There's an arrow, and you can say, I want to go this way and do Room at the End of the World, or holy shit, I love Kill the Lights. So it's up to you, you choose it. And there's nothing more fun than watching adults just do this when they want to pick which song, so that's fun. Next up, songs you hear at Whole Foods. Let me explain. I know that sometimes, maybe you're a co-op person or a Trader Joe's person. It doesn't really matter, you can just insert that. This was originally supposed to be called Songs My Dad Hears at the Gym. But he's 85 and he seems to just call me to complain that the only song they play at his gym is the slow one. So he'll call me and be like, I heard your song, we're from Boston. I heard your song again at the slow one. All we are, I cannot exercise to that. Like I have fucking control of it, like I'm gonna be like, okay, hey, pump it up down in Cape Cod, can you change the playlist? Anyway, songs you hear at Whole Foods was a little bit more universal. So when you're grinding your nut butter or whatever it is you do, and all of a sudden you hear like, wanna watch you undress. And you're like, oh my God, this is so good. And then you spill nut butter because you don't know how to turn it off. Songs you hear at Whole Foods. Another example, you're getting your oat milk or whatever it is you do in the milk aisle. Some sort of nut squeezed milk. And you hear, and you're like, oh my God, maybe I need some gluten-free cornflakes. That's what this category is. Makes you do this. Sexy dancing. That's sexy to you. Okay, next. Angry emoji. I've got 11 albums and pretty much every song fits this category. So that's not going to be hard if we land on that. Still, a song from Some Mad Hope, right? That was a record. Mercy. Oh. Songspiration, that's a word I made up using a hyphen. It's a song that was inspired by another song, so maybe I'll play a bit of the song that I loved, and then I'll play the song that it inspired in me. It's very storytellers. 12-string, that's a guitar right there. And I'll play something from my old... I used to just tour by myself, and all my songs sounded like if Ani DeFranco and Dave Matthews got into a fist fight. And so I'll play something from that. That's fun for about 3 of us. The olden days. Next is a record called Still Waiting for Spring. We'll play something off that. Answering Machine. Your enthusiasm is muted but powerful. For all of these choices, I like it. Next up, Kiss Quick. Sad emoji again. You're watching a white man folk. There's a lot of these. 11 records worth of sad man folk. Birthday Girl. A song that we learned just the other day again. So that might be bad. Bent. This is my favorite one. Hits with a line through it. So sometimes I'll just give you a little insight into the songwriting mind. You write a song and you're like psyched. Oh my God, I fucking wrote a song, this is great. Sometimes you think, this is a really good one. And then there's some where you're like, woohoo! Look out, Ed Sheeran. Sweet Daddy's coming up from behind with a fucking smash. That's how it feels, You're like, you call your wife, you're like, honey, forget it, just put the fucking edition on. Yeah, it doesn't matter, we're gonna be rich. It's gonna be incredible. Nope. No. And there's a certain point in your career where the percentages just start to unbalance. At first it was like, I got a couple that I thought were gonna be hits, but we've had a couple hits, it's about 50-50. Then that, that's where the category exists. You go to Spotify, you look at the numbers, you're like, is this thing broken? No, not on those songs. Next up, Bulletproof Weeks. Happy emoji. I have 2 of these. One of them is literally only a minute long. I had to put 1.5 minutes of strings on the record so that people wouldn't think it was like a mistake. So happy emoji, only 2. Next up, this is a British flag, you know what that means? Yeah. You guys, with the success of Hamilton, Aaron and I thought, you know what, maybe this man folk isn't the way to go. Maybe we need to do a Brexit opera. So when we land on that, we're just gonna forego the rest of the night of songs that I wrote, and we're gonna go to our Brexit mini opera. And during this, what it is the first whole, I'm Theresa May pretty much at the beginning. Aaron is the euro, devaluing, yeah, that's it, shrinking. We're almost done with the third act where trade is a real big problem. Anyway, Brexit opera, so it's gonna be fun. No, most of you look terrified. It's actually the Def Leppard covers album. We did a covers album of Def Leppard because why wouldn't you? And so when it lands on that, we're gonna pour some fucking sugar on it. Or not, maybe we're gonna stage fright it. We don't know what we're gonna do. And last but not least, an oldie but a goodie, church clothes. Okay, so let's make this happen. You guys look fucking so psyched. It's incredible. Look, I don't need your false excitement. The wheel will build it itself. Here we go. Don't look directly in the TV, man, you're gonna puke. This is only for when the wheel stops. Here we go. You can yell at it. You can yell at it. Def Leppard! Just like that, it'll hear you. Look at the end of the world it is. All right, Alex, like that. I'm in. I like this. All right, we're gonna spin this one more time so we can get an arc because you never know. The next one, we'll get 2 songs out of this. Let's see what we can do. Now you know how it works. You can get excited. I love when people yell songs that aren't on the wheel. Master Puppet! Slayer! Alright, I have to just confer here.